You can't be serious.
I am dead serious.
I don't think it's possible for you.
Come on. It turns out that every other franchise hates me. I just want to be a likable franchise.
Okay, fine. Are you willing to actually take the necessary steps, though?
I will do literally anything.
Will you be humble when winning?
No.
Will you be graceful when losing?
No.
Will you say nice things about the opposing teams?
No.
Will you restrain yourself from saying negative things about opposing teams?
No.
Will you criticize dirty plays?
Of course.
Will you criticize your own players who make dirty plays?
No. Anything.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is a dub! Can we have a conversation? It's a great win. I'm pumped. You're pumped. Everyone's pumped. A matinee win. You know, those should be worth double for the Bruins. But let's have a conversation. I don't want to be negative right away. But Patra was benched once again. And we're going to talk about this now. We're going to do the game breakdown. We're going to talk about this now. Patra didn't play a shift in the third. Did not play a shift in the third. Not one. Not one. You go, okay, must have had some bad plays. Cost us some goals. Must not have been having a good game. And so we shortened the bench, which we so often do. You wouldn't be an idiot for thinking that. In fact, I'd say, hey, that's great hockey reasoning. There's an issue there. Although Patra wasn't having a great game, he wasn't flawless by any means, Zacha had been injured earlier in this game and was not returning at all. Ruled out, upper body. We're upset about that too. But if you lose a top six center and you're left with one top six center, mathematically speaking, why would you then bench your next best center for the rest of the game? I don't want to be one of those people that overprotects prospects. You are in the NHL. This is a results-oriented league, as it should be. But I haven't seen enough from Patra in the negative sense to go, yeah, this warrants benching for an entire period. When asked about it, Montgomery said, we are paid to win hockey games, and I'm going to go with the guys that I think are going to win us hockey games. If that isn't a Bruce Cassidy quote, I don't know what is. Not to always compare to the last guy, but we do it all the time, right? But Monty clearly is not a Patra fan. Patra's not a perfect player. He makes mistakes, and he had a play in this game that directly cost us a goal. And it was a legitimately rookie mistake, right? Something that you could define as inexperience driven. Not a lack of effort, not a fundamental misunderstanding of the game, just a, hey, this is the NHL, that doesn't fly here, right? And you benched him for the rest of the game. He had a couple shifts after that play, but then done. I'm having trouble finding the point I want to make here outside of, what are we doing? This is becoming a situation that is detrimental to everyone. It's detrimental to the team, in my opinion. I don't think he's been bad enough to warrant benching like that in a close game where you just lost a center. Your other options haven't been playing wildly above his capabilities. His best plays, like, I know we like to talk about his playmaking and his wall work. There's been some turnovers in the neutral zone. That's where I actually think he suffers the most. Defensively, I actually think he's pretty solid. He's not big. He's not going to win a lot of stuff on the boards, but he plays the center position. His whole purpose is getting in front of lanes and moving the puck out of the zone, which he excels at. I don't understand why we're playing it this way. And on top of that, I don't understand how we're building Patra up in this season when not only do you bench him, but you bench him at a time where you desperately need somebody. You really need a guy. How is this beneficial to anyone? I don't get it. I don't I don't get it. We'll see. We'll see how long Zaka's out. We'll see how Patra is used. Since the beginning of the season, you saw little pieces of this. From we got to protect Patra, like that. The whole stance that he kept taking, where he kept taking speed away from Patra and putting heavy guys next to him, which there are moments, there are flashes where it still kind of worked, but we kept talking about, man, it just would be nice to see him work with speed and talent, and why DeBrusque finally ends up on his wing. But the conversations about protecting him, and we're watching in live time Monty view this guy as a 19-year-old kid, which great, but could we treat him as a 19-year-old professional? Like, could we do that? And instead, it just feels like he has it in his head that this bad, child bad, fuck up, bad. I don't get it. It feels to be ageist. It legitimately does. Because when you're in a workplace, we all have had these jobs where there's fucking jackhole next to me who gets all the praise in the world from our boss. And he is our least reliable guy. Right? This is a little bit of hyperbole because there isn't a guy I'd point to on the team. We're like, why is he trusted so much? Anyway. Names came to mind. I don't want to just shit on other people. But we've all been in jobs like that, where you go, what does the boss see in this guy? Other than the fact that they get along and they chuckle and all this. Look, why are you the golden boy when there's other people who are working their ass off and doing well, and you're going to sit there and just completely bypass them? I feel like Patra is sitting on the outside in this doghouse for... I just don't get it. Again, he's making mistakes. There are moments where I'm like, absolutely, 6 minutes, 7 minutes left in a tight game, you need to bench him. I'm not going to get upset about that. It's the 24, 25-minute benchings that are just blowing my mind. Especially in a game where you just need another center. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Put him on the wing, then. I don't want to see that, but... whatever. I talked for too long about that. Let's talk about this fun-ass Yotes team. Fun-ass. Ugh. But they are. They're so fun. The Yotes, the easiest team in the league to root for, because there's no way that your team has a rivalry with them, or a legitimate one at that point. And they sucked for so long that you can bandwagon with them and not feel guilty or weird about it. You're just like, yeah, underdog, woo! They look like they really might make a run at a playoff spot this year. They have the 7th ranked power play, 10th in goals allowed, 12th in goals for, 13th ranked penalty kill. Team's solid. Those are wild card numbers, right? That's a team that makes the wild card. Fun. And Schmaltz, Keller, Michelli, Cooley, fun, creative forwards, play a fast game. Bukestad, a player I was very vocal, who had a terrible game, by the way, but a player I was very vocal in wanting the Bruins to grab, looks like an absolute steal for his $2 million cap hit. I think it's a little over $2 million. He has completely solidified that middle bottom 6 kind of area, the bottom 9 you could call it, because I know he bounced around a little bit. Just a fun team to root for. There's young prospects to get excited about. The offseason addition of Dursey is just great for that blue line. Really strengthened that up. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun things to talk about in Arizona, just based off of sheer talent. Sheer talent. In net, Ingram has been a godsend. Posted a .925 across 15 games played. He's on my fantasy team. The Bruins might have ruined my entire week with how they just belted him. But that's the game you play, you know. But that's good for 4th in the league, that .925 save percentage. Vejmelka has struggled this season, surprisingly, to me, because I really thought he was going to have a great season. But when Ingram's putting together a legitimate Vezina candidacy, how can you complain? Who feckin' cares? As for the Bruins, new lines, Marchand, Zacha, Pasta, we know. Oh wait, we're going back to it. I know people are upset about it because we saw it be terrible. We needed Marchand to go back to playing the way he was without Pasta being next to him, right? Marchand did that, got away from Pasta, scores 4 goals in a row for us, just looks awesome. So when they moved him back into this line, I was like, good, that's fine, because I think Marchand's head space is kind of cleared. I think he's gone back to going, okay, that's right, I'm the guy, that's fine, I'm the guy. And I thought he played fine. I really did. JVR, Coyle, Frederick. I love that line. I wish it was a third line, but I love that line. DeBrusque, Potter, Heinen, Steen, Beecher, Geeky. Geeky was okay in this one. He had that one really great play. We'll talk about it. Grizz, Carlo, Lindholm, Mitchell, Lorai, Shaddy. McAvoy is still day-to-day with an upper body, not head-related, according to Monty. Lauko is scratched, which, God, we just talked about that. He needed to be. Mitchell draws back in under the circumstances, and Forbort remains on the LTIR. Omar starts. Swayman, I believe, backed up, right? He probably still wasn't 100% from that sickness that he had. I bet Patra was actually benched because he didn't like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Oh, also, if you were ever in doubt about this game, you shouldn't have been. I don't announce what jersey I wear before the game because I feel like that's going to undo whatever goodwill I'm creating. But it's our luckiest jersey. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Easy win. Easy GG. Puck drops! Hey, do you remember how we had that conversation about not being ready at puck drops? We're not ready at that point. The team's not ready to play. We were outshot 9-1 in the first 7 minutes of this one. Not great. We also have a penalty kill minute and a half into the game, Zaka for tripping. The refs were on one. They were terrible both ways. Holy crap. The amount of stuff they got wrong in this one, astounding. Just incredible work. Sometimes you just gotta be impressed with the commitment to the bit. This has to be a bit, right? Like, the refs were just like, hey guys, what if we just fucking sucked ass at our job for like a whole year? What if we just were awful? Wouldn't that be fun? Spoiler alert, it's not fun at all. But let's start working through some of these plays. Penalties. 10:42 left. Dursey for tripping, going to the power play. 1:12 left of that power play. Bukestad trips Pasternak in open ice. Pasternak fell down. It was kind of a soft. I didn't like it. 5-on-3 though for a minute and 12. No dice on that, and we settled for a bunch of really easy to stop shots, but whatever. And then nothing on the ensuing 5-on-4 for 40-something seconds after that. 6:59 left. Patra for tripping. Penalty kill. We kill it. And then 4:38 left. We lose a face-off in the right circle of the O-zone. Face-offs, man. They're tough. But here's the good news. We're getting so used to losing them that guys like Pasternak spring into action as soon as the puck goes past. He is going to go into that right corner with Vilimaki. I think I'm saying that wrong. Strips him of the puck, upending him during the battle. This was a good no call, and now I'm going to compliment the refs because it ended in a goal, and I like that. But also, there was a battle for the puck. The guy, he got under him. I wouldn't have called anything there, too, because the Bruins scored. Strips him, flies around the net, and keeps about 4 or 5 feet space from Ingram. And Ingram really... I don't know why he got off the short side post, but he did. Because Pasta comes around, and he just for half a second leans the other way, and then snaps back, but it was already too late. Pasta goes high short side on him. It's 1-0. It's a beauty. It wasn't a penalty. I'm just joshing. It wasn't a penalty. It was a good puck win. And a great goal after that, 1-0. 3:48 left. It's a simple transition. And I'm at work watching all of this, by the way. This one was... Do that play where you just go, he's there, it's there. Simple transition. Coyle takes the red line, dumps it in, pucks in deep. JVR, great forechecker, gets there, gets the forecheck going, wins the puck battle, feeds the puck up to Frederick, who's coming down through that left circle, and he's immediately going to fling this to Coyle for the blue paint backdoor tap-in. Coyle just goes right to the front of the net. That's what he does. 2-0. Ingram's already in the negative for me in fantasy. And you feel good about where you're at. Don't feel like you're blowing this one. But it isn't the usual Arizona Coyotes. That's the thing, is after going up 2-0, I was like, Arizona, we got this. And I was like, oh, wait, this team's actually got some scoring talent. Let's see where this goes. Under 3 minutes left, a 2-on-1 between Pasta and Marchand. Pasta, from the left circle, is going to fire far post. It's going to go post to post and out. That close. I thought Pasternak was going to get a hattie in this game with the way he was playing. Just all over the place. 1:35 left. Lindholm, for playing defense, is going to go to the box. Oh, sorry. For holding. Holding. He knocked a player down in a defensive battle, and it was holding. We kill it. And we're going to start the second on the penalty kill for a couple seconds, but we're going to kill that too. Zaka does not come, full stop, does not join the players on the bench to start the second. He would not return to the game for an upper body injury. 1:03 into the second period, Dursey is going to go for hooking. One of the worst calls of the year if the replay they showed was actually what the call was for, because I literally don't even know how they thought it could have been hooking. Anyway, we're going to go to the power play, and we're going to make it count. The vision of Pasta has reached a whole new level, because we just get set up. The puck gets moved over to Shattenkirk, who's at the top of the left circle. And he's going to fire this over to Pasta, who's going down the right side. And he takes about 2 strides deeper into that right circle, and right back to Shattenkirk through a forest of legs and bodies. And because it gets to him so cleanly, Ingram is splayed out. There's nothing he can do. It's a wide open neck for Shatty, and Shatty's going to bury this. 3-0 power play goal. You feel great. Then 250 in. Right back the other way. And it's loose defensive coverage. It leads to a pass from Zucker, who wins a board battle. He's on that left wall. He's going to dish it over to Keller, standing in the left circle, who's just gonna hammer this. Top glove. Great shot. It's 3-1, just like that. Absolute missile. And then, about 50 seconds later, Patra has the puck knocked away from him. This was the big play. We're 3.5 minutes into the second. And again, he got more shifts after this, a few more shifts, and then was benched for the rest of the game. He gets the puck knocked away from him in the neutral zone. As he's pursuing going back to the puck, the defenseman, or not really a defenseman, but the opposing player is on his left, meaning more towards center ice. As he's skating towards it, he uses his body to kind of push off that other player and get between him and the puck. It slows Patra down, though, to do that. What he doesn't realize is that he has, let me get the name again, Carcone? I don't know how to say that name. I could probably look it up right now. I will. Carcone is allowed to, from closer to our end, swoop into the neutral zone, grab it, and goes 2-on-1 the other way, because Patra opts to defend a guy, or prevent a guy, from getting the puck who's farther from the net, and doesn't pay attention to the play coming out of our own zone. That is a rookie mistake. You have to be aware of the other players on the ice, and how, yes, I can prevent this one guy, but what am I really leaving open in the other areas of the ice? It was a mistake. A mistake that you should absolutely have the coach's attention for. I get that. Either way, Carcone grabs it, springs a 2-on-1. He looks off the pass and goes absolute top corner glove side on Olmark. It's 3-2, just like that. It's a huge mistake. I get it. You're down a center. Let the guy work through some lumps. That's all I'm saying. And look, we'd be pissed at him too. Patra gets a lot of easier moments from the fans because we like him and because he's a prospect. This was an 8-year vet. We'd be losing our minds, right? We got to walk that line somewhere. It was a bad mistake. It didn't deserve what he got out of it, which I assume was a big part of how the rest of the game played out. Either way, it's 3-2. And then, like 6 minutes later, it's a neutral zone battle. Patra and Frederick win the battle against the wall. Patra then bumps the puck forward to Heinen, who on a nice individual play. Patra makes a nice play to set this up, but he's going to skate farther into the offensive zone from the right side. The defenseman's kind of backing off, trying to contain. And then Frederick's going to move inside on him, get a little closer to the slot, and go absolutely Bardowski. It's a sniper-rooney and cheese top corner. Just gets him glove side. And it's 4-2, and you're back to going, all right, feeling better. Feeling way better. The difference a goal can make. The third period starts, and just a few minutes in, 3.5 minutes in, it's just a great play by the Yotes. I'm really not even that mad at anyone in particular. Bukestad spins off a defender on the wall. Quick passes to Michelli in the left circle. He bumps it into the slot, where, yes, I'd like Lindholm to be a little more on top of Kraus, but how quickly this all developed. Kraus has 0.2 seconds to get this puck and unleash it before Lindholm's stick is through his gut. And he manages to get it off, and that goes high glove again. And it's 4-3. Tightened up the game with about 17 minutes left. Here's what I like to believe, is that Monty, that was the moment Monty was like, okay, we're shortening the bench, and a lot of guys aren't going to play. And I don't buy it, though. I don't buy it. 4 minutes in, Heinen clears the puck over the glass, directly after that goal, basically. So we're going to the penalty kill right after it. And we still have the nuts to do it. Killed that one. 7:36 in, Marchand for high sticking. We kill that too. And then 5:31 left. Geeky's big play. I know you're waiting for it because I shit all over the guy last video. But Geeky hustling in the neutral zone. He smacks at a puck at the same time the defender does. It goes pew, into the defensive zone. They're going to both cruise down the lane fighting for it. As it lands, Geeky's going to try to collect through the battle. He's got multiple players on him at this point, but is able to spin around and just backhand it towards the net. It looks like Ingram has to make an initial easy save off the pad, but Pasta is right there to pick it up and swoop it around that pad and in. We're back to a 2-goal lead, 5-3. That'll be your final. And the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, the 6-on-5, great job. Yeah, we didn't get the empty netter, but I thought we cleared the puck well. We were in front of lanes. We didn't allow them to suffocate. I thought it was a great way to finish the game. Great way to finish it. And because this video is not long enough, let's talk about some game notes. There are games that reinforce things we already knew. Zacha and Pasternak works fine, right? We knew that. Coyle and Frederick should never be split up. They just shouldn't. They play great together. Every time. So, why do we keep splitting them up, is my question. Why are we doing that? Now, obviously, they were together for this game, but they just reinforce that whole idea of, like, stop splitting these two up. They're great together, and Frederick isn't the guy that's needed up and down, like, the lineup. Leave him alone with Coyle. It's great. Let's keep those together. That's my first game note. Goaltending has been really good. That was a really good game by Ullmark. But it's no longer, hey, we're stealing games good. Hey, we're bailing you guys out good. It's, no, we're playing up to what our expectations should be as Boston Bruins goaltenders. We should be above average goaltenders. That's what the expectation should be. You don't want your goaltender to be average. Be above average. Be a real player on the team. And these guys are. But we're not sitting here going, man, if we didn't have Ullmark standing on his head, we wouldn't have won that one. We put up 5 goals. Like in the past, I would argue in the past 4 Ullmark starts, there's been moments, but I think the team's played well in front of him. They're scoring goals in front of him. They're giving him a little cushion. That's huge. I just feel like we're still winning despite our goaltending not having to do everything for us. And I think that's a great development for this team. And goaltenders are going to get hot. They're going to get cold. It's going to happen. I think Ullmark's great. I think Swayman's great. But it's nice to see that the teams in front of them are like, okay, we're taking responsibility and we're doing our part. You know? Last game note. Then I'll leave you alone. I'm sorry. It's crazy to me. How much the defensive structure suffers without McAvoy. And stating the obvious, right? Yeah, that's a $9.5 million defender. He's one of the highest paid defenders in the league. He's one of the best defenders in the league. But Grizz was not good in this game. Lohrei wasn't great. Shattenkirk had some good, some bad. Carlo was phenomenal. Lindholm, I thought, had a good game, and then Mitchell was But every shift from them, you're just like, I don't know what I'm getting half the time. But when McAvoy is there, everything slots in correctly, it feels like. Like everything becomes whole. Rather than this disjointed weirdness that we got today. So hopefully McAvoy doesn't miss much time. I feel like he eases the burden of everybody else, plays really tough minutes. Again, stating the obvious, but it's nice to be reminded about it once in a while. It's not nice missing him, though. All right, guys, it does it for me. Hope you loved the game today. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Go Bees. Go Bees! Thank you for watching, but of course, we've got to give a shout out to the low-quality YouTube channel members. Need a real name for that one of these days. Starting with the top line tier, the Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Aaron Adams, Just Aaron,
Darren Woodbury, Micro Sausage, Brett Arney, Pincent, Justin Barnard, and Nick Zatrullo. You guys are studs. But then, of course, we have our Stallions, the all-star tier members. Hyle E. Coyote, Joel, Jacob Pratt, Jason Ozzy Bruin Connolly, Tupton D. Tashi, Jonathan Harvey, DeKingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Doots42, and Jeremy. Absolute legends. Thank you guys so much for your support, and go Bees.